The rain came down in sheets, pounding the earth with a relentless fury. It was as if the heavens were at war with earth. Thunder roared in the distance, and lightning painted streaks across the sky. 6-year-old Lily clutched her teddy as the world around her dissolved into chaos. The river that lazily meandered through the village had suddenly turned into a raging torrent. The once comforting sounds of rain on the tin roof that she always sang along to was now morphed into a deafening symphony of nature's wrath. Fear etched itself into Lily's wide, innocent eyes as her small hand reached for her mother's, only to find an empty space. Where was she? She was just here. Panic set in. Lily's heartbeat echoed louder than the drumming rain. She stumbled out of the store into the mud-caked streets, calling out for her mother. Her voice was a frail whisper. "Mum!" This time she yelled, letting the first tear roll. With each drop of rain, the water rose rapidly, transforming the village into an aquatic battleground where homes became islands and possessions morphed into debris. Ignoring that water that was above her knees, Lily continued her search for her mother. She was hungry and they needed to go home. Suddenly a current of water swept through the village. Pulling her small frame, she clung to a piece of driftwood, her teddy bear tightly secured to her chest, as she was carried away from everything she had ever known. The torrent tore at her. Fear gripped her tiny heart. Time blurred into images. Flashes of lightning illuminated the darkness. She could hear the distant cries of others being carried by the wind, and the relentless sound of the rushing water drowning her sobs. Lily's village disappeared behind her, swallowed by the angry river, leaving her adrift in the desolate sea. Minutes passed slowly. Exhaustion began to weigh heavily on her frail shoulders. Her fingers were numb. The driftwood, which was her only anchor, felt rough against her trembling fingers. Her once vibrant pink dress clung to her like a faded memory. Lily's gaze drifted skyward, seeking comfort in the rain that mingled with her tears. She couldn't comprehend how something as innocent as rain could transform into a merciless force capable of tearing families apart. She closed her eyes, trying to summon the warmth of her mother's embrace in the midst of the icy downpour. She felt nothing. Would she ever see her mother again? A distant silhouette emerged through the curtain of rain. Lily's heart skipped a beat as hope flickered within her weary eyes. Could it be her mother searching for her in the stormy? The figure drew closer. It was only a fallen tree, a trick played by the shadows of her desperate imagination. The night wore on, and Lily's strength faded as the water carried her far from the ruins of her village, and the once familiar landscape transformed into a world of darkness. "Help!" Her small voice, now reduced to a raspy whisper, called out into the void. As rain reduced its pace and the stairs broke through the storm clouds, Lily spotted a distant hill on the horizon. With every ounce of strength left in her tiny body, she guided the driftwood towards it slowly but painfully. The current from the river continued to tug at her, a relentless reminder of the forces that sought to claim her. But fueled by resilience and the flicker of hope within her heart, she pressed on. The hill grew larger. She was almost there. Eventually, after what felt like an eternity, Lily's driftwood bumped against the muddy shore of the hill. She staggered onto solid ground, her legs weakened by the ordeal. Unable to steady herself, Lily fell to the floor. Her chest rose and dropped with heavy breaths. The world around her was quiet, save for the soft patter of raindrops on the grass. She clutched her teddy bear to her chest as the sudden echoes of rescue crews filled the air. Their shouts and the whirring of helicopters cut through the quiet aftermath of nature's disaster. Lily's eyes, heavy with exhaustion, shut slowly as the sounds of approaching footsteps reached her ears. Seconds later, strong arms lifted her fragile form, and a warm blanket enveloped her trembling body. Lily opened her eyes to the concerned faces of her rescuers, their expressions a mixture of relief and sorrow. "You are going to be fine." Holding on to the deep voice of hope, Lily let the darkness of unconsciousness take over.